This game has been basically a complete disaster. So I'm starting by setting the bar very low, and every game that comes after will be better than this. I spent half of the gem with one single nasty bug that is still not fixed. So I didn't do much of what I wanted to do. The idea is to take a classic game from 1981 called Kicks by Taito. It's a classic like Pac-Man and Tetris and all those. And the idea is that you have to fill up the screen drawing rectangles. And don't let these enemies touch your thing. My idea was to make it a two-player game. So with this control, I don't know if you see it, there's a blue rectangle here that I can control moving this circle. And it's filling up slowly the screen. And then player 2 controls this other one here. And it's kind of a Tron race. Where, yeah, let's see which one of both can fill the screen faster. So the idea, I wanted to do this for the tablet, but I just didn't have the time. So right now, with the mouse, actually only one player can play with both, with both players. And yeah, as you fill up the screen, you can see there's a background image, which in some clones of Quicks is scantily cut ladies, but here it's Elephant.
He is also scantily clad.
So yeah,
he's in the room.
I would have liked to have it on my tablet and showing it, but we didn't have time for that. So right now you can only imagine how it might be. Things like show it again. And, yeah. So basically that's what I did today. And thank you.
So I'm Mikey, and like Christiaan, I also had a failure. I spent about 4 hours working on a game using some tech from a previous game that turns out had a serious bug, where you walked around and tried to avoid looking at an elephant in a ring. But that didn't work, so I decided to make a meta game about the commentary, or I just copied another game. If you guys are familiar with Threes/2048/the whole so I reskinned it with Flappy Bird.
Did you copy the original or did you copy the copy?
The copy. I actually wrote all the code from scratch, and I hand drew Crappy Flappy Bird. I slightly changed the rules, so when the Flappy Bird flies in the clouds, they disappear, and two clouds form a pipe. If you're next to a pipe, it won't kill you, so you can freely move with a pipe. But if you fly into a pipe, or a pipe flies into you from more than one square away, it's game over. Otherwise, so I hit up there, so I flew into the pipe that's above me, and that's game over.
So you obviously ripped the sprites from Mario, right?
From what? Yes, yeah. I took a screenshot of Mario.
Wow. Should be banned.
And unfortunately, I didn't.
You because you're so rich.
I didn't want to put in any game state, so it says game's over, but it's not. If you play until the board is full, then you just can't do anything. So you have to reload the page then as well.
How many money did you earn from advertising yet?
Yeah, I have advertising. Visit me on Twitter at.
Holy shit, you will get rich.
Wow. And that's what I did. Thanks.
Cool.
So you control this little elephant, and you're supposed to knock down the coffee and not make any faces, otherwise the CEO will see you and find the elephant and go mad because he's on the brink of despair. So I'm going to try to win. I can't hit the tables too hard because it will. I did it once, and so this is all the three themes kind of working. It's the coffee, the stress management, and the elephant in the room.
Did you create the graphics?
Yeah.
Nice.
What is happening there? So the party, only the elephant and the CEO?
I think he's hallucinating. I think it's the special coffee he's been taking to these long hours. I'm going to try to win this so you can see the half. It's really hard. But when it wins, it's kind of nice. How much time do I have? I can just show you the win screen. Maybe that's it. Or you can try it for yourselves. We only did it once.
And how many tries?
Oh, I have a lot of time, so you can just watch me play.
Ooh, close one.
Ooh, that's almost.
No, but it keeps spawning coffee, so. Because there's a kettle there. If I break the kettle, I lost. So
Last time the theme was the game hates you, and I think
this is also that theme.
yeah, kind of fits.
Okay, now I'm going to do it.
Whoa!
Let's check it out.
Do it.
It's
No.
Jam games actually. The
Yeah.
game hates you.
Yes!
I was almost. I still have 35 seconds. So
I started late.
This is it.
What kind of CEO is it? Are they selling vases?
They're well, it says right there on the poster. They're actually into free to play, so it's monetized there. That's the whole thing. So I'll show you what you should have seen if I was really that good. This is the windscreen. That was it. Thanks.
So actually, this is some kind of a game. The theme was elephant in a room, and I think I did it quite well because you are inside. You are inside a room and you have windows. The idea I had was just throw as much random stuff as possible into the game. Okay, it's not as much as possible, but it's something. For example, oh yeah, do you know this one? Of course you know. So this is nice. And you know this one? Maybe if you're very silent, you can hear something. I know we all can listen hours to this one, but okay, it's enough. The idea I had was maybe you could, maybe your mission could be something like search for this particular image, press it, or whatever. But instead I end up with really throwing into some random stuff. For example, oh, this one. It's just a spaceship moving from one waypoint to another one. And this box down there, it actually has physics, but you can't see them because you can't interact with the box. So,
So the companion cube?
no. Does it look like a companion cube?
No.
Let's see.
And of course, the controls are supposed this way. For example, if you're getting too close to a wall and rotate, doesn't matter. And
Let's continue. He didn't say the magic words yet.
But
the last thing, as you can see, I use the same walk animation for forward and backward movements. So, do you want to see a moonwalk?
Yes.
It's supposed to be this way.
You should have sent this to a maze.
So, this is IrrElephants. The title screen is a bit misleading because this game is not at all in space. This is a puzzle game where you're supposed to sort the irrelevant elephants from the relevant elephants. So you can see on the left is like our description, and this elephant you have to find. So you have to find the one with a small size, 2 tusks and good color before the time runs out.
Center.
So let's play, the time ran out. Let's try again. So large size, 2 tusks with violet
Left.
color. This one. Yay! Middle size, no
Top.
tusk, blue color.
How are you doing
Large,
that?
2 tusks, white color. This one. Yay! Small and 4 tusks in gray. This?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one. Yay!
Top.
Red one. Green, oh, large. This one.
Left.
Yeah, good one. And now it bugs out. And that's about it. Thank you.
So, that's the game. You want to try? I want to just Yeah, so you have to choose a sex, but as you see, you can start again without choosing sex, that's all. And you need to choose the toilets where you want the people to go. So you need to press on toilets. Good. And then you get score. Well, you get a score when they finish in the toilet. And it gets more and more complicated because there are a lot of different
I think there should come cats.
Yep. So I hope the game is self-explanatory. And thank you.
Okay, so we start out with a theme of whiteboard with jumping off of obstacles of post-its. It's kind of a platformer on a whiteboard. So this is kind of a mock-up, and then why don't you explain the goals?
Okay. Yeah, well, so we started out with the idea that, as in a Brawl game, you supposed to beat the other characters up, and the original idea was to include coffee in such a way that you can only hit others when you actually drank coffee, which is what you can see over there. Unfortunately, after the first cup, coffee just disappears, so we ended up not using that idea. But you can still hit others, which I'll try to demonstrate. Yeah. And unfortunately, we as you all know, time was very short, so we couldn't fit all the animations. Also, I'm demoing it, but it's a two-player game, and I'm on my own, so it's a bit difficult to show all aspects of the game there. Although, yeah, well, that's the idea. Oh, for some reason, there's coffee up there once again. So, yeah. Actually, there's quite some, well, I wouldn't say sophisticated, but at least some game mechanics to the extent that there's hit stun and so you can't just mash all the attack button because after you commit to a hit, to an attack, then you're vulnerable for a certain period of time and you can't really do anything. And collision detection doesn't really work all the time. Thank you for the, yeah. So. At this stage, it's more of an idea than anything else, but there you go. Coffee, what was the name? Cat Office Brawl. Yes. Yeah.
Right, so I know at least one person who's going to be disappointed with me because I didn't use any of the themes. But I always want to make like a kitchen restaurant kind of game. So I decided to sort of start making a prototype. So this is like a kitchen, and I have like tomatoes, and I have an onion, and I have a pot over here, and then chop the onions, and the tomato, and then I can put them in the bag. And over here. Put it on here. Hopefully. You have to turn it on first. Yeah. This is actually buggy. So it's gonna, it will start to like simmer at things. Actually, it just like simmers and then turns red. That's the thing. I can hear it. It's meant to be a MOBA game, so yeah.
You get to eat it?
Yeah, when it's done.
Alright, thank you.
I probably should have presented first, so every one of your projects would look immediately much better. Basically, there are no themes, nothing at all. It's just a tech demo. I wanted to make an 8 hours mechanic of racing. Come on, of a racing game, clipping to the geometry of the track,
Who is this guy?
It's
Peter Griffin.
It's
Nice physics. Nice texture.
Or in the stomach. So there's no road differentiation between road geometry and wall geometry. It's all the same.
I just thought the game was made to be played with Oculus Rift, right?
Totally. And the force is too strong to get off the edge.
The force is too strong.
Yeah. I'm sorry, my force is too strong. I was too ready. And yeah. I have probably tweak some values or never. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, so we created Elephun. It's a wildly offensive party game. We even took out some of the offensiveness when we saw that there were some children here. This is what we created.
Oh jeez. Just go with it, man.
Yeah?
No.
Window? Are you sure?
But I ain't right now, man.
Alright, that's right.
Oh yeah, bonus point.
Alright, so it's a two-player local multiplayer game. Both we use the keyboard to control the game, and basically we need to press it. We need to avoid looking at the elephant in the room. If we look at the elephant, we get a wildly offensive statement, and then we have to talk about it for a minute. This is the part.
Why aren't you talking?
Well, we could discuss it in front of all you guys.
We want to take we need to take these 2 minutes seriously. Alright, so apparently this is the only one we can do right now.
No. I think we can do better.
Alright, we can do better? Let's take another look at this elephant. Thank you.
Okay, so we never made a game and we don't know how to, so we stuck to what we know. We're web developers, so we made a web game. And it needs a little bit of explaining, so this is using tweets. So we are using the Twitter API and there's a coder and he needs coffee to code, and you can't see the full hashtag here now, but one is too much coffee and the other one is I need coffee. And you need to guess which one of both hashtags it is. And too much. So if you're right, you get a little more in the coffee machine, and the coder gets better and writes more code in this time. And if you do it wrong, if you do it wrong, you lose some coffee, and he writes less code in that time. So, and okay, so this is just too much coffee, and I need coffee. So we thought, okay, this is just like, actually, it's if you concentrate on what the tweets say, it's a little fun. And then we thought we should, okay, obviously, if you run out of coffee, it's game over, and your coder will go and be hired by Facebook or something. Okay. So, but you can obviously just use any hashtag. So we could do like angry and so we would cover all topics.
Wow, that's
cool.
How many tweets are there with the hashtag Elephun?
So I don't know. Like we just take whatever is there and merge it. And okay. So yeah, this looks like angry,
Actually, like if you choose like topics that are kind of alike and you have to think a little bit, it's kind of fun.
But there's no time limit on the choice, so you don't have a...
On the choice, there's no time limit, but if you wait too long, your coffee runs out.
Oh, okay. So that's...
But we will make an overall time limit because we have two little tweets to play for
Any of the
everyone.
tweets contain both.
Like, what?
If a tweet contains both of the hashtags.
Yeah, I didn't cover that case.
All right, thank you.
I make a game on paper with the name Nameless because I don't have any idea for the name of the game. And it's a board game that's... Ich habe eigentlich vor, es dann später auch zu einem Computerspiel zu machen. Ja, sorry, ich kann kein Englisch. Und im Grunde gibt es 4 Spieler, die an diesen 4 Ecken starten. Man kann pro Runde immer ein einziges Feld laufen, sozusagen. Also jetzt quer, nach da, nach da. Es gibt noch verschiedene Klassen eben. Bisschen strategisch angelegt. Das heißt, wenn man unter Magier ist und beispielsweise dann an Feuerball werfen kann, wenn man an Assassine ist, dann eben so von der Seite, also wenn man als erstes angreift, dann eben der andere nicht zurück angreift. Ja, ansonsten gibt es noch diese Kästchen, ein volles Kästchen wäre dann 10 Punkte der Einheit, ein halbes wäre je nachdem und 5 und wiederum ein Viertel ist wiederum ein Viertel. Ja, das war mein Wissen.
Yeah, okay. We are Projectcraft. Actually, okay, we are like the core members, 2 other support members left because I don't know. And we made, actually 2 of the themes that were chosen were suggested by us.
2 minutes.
Yeah, sorry. So we had to like fulfill all 3 of them. So we made a game of an elephant who's a coffee addict and has an anger management problem. And he's like, and he's trying to fix his coffee addiction. So he has to pick up those coffee beans in order to fix his addiction. But there's always this damn breakable stuff, and it breaks all the time. I don't know why. Instead of moving the elephant directly, which you can do, you can also turn the world around. And the goal in the end would be to collect all the beans in the level and then get to the exit. But we didn't get to that stage yet. And also, every time you break something, he's supposed to go into a rage because of anger management problems. But yeah, we didn't put that in yet either. But it's a rolling elephant. I think that's freaking cool. And yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. I don't know if I forgot anything. No. So thank you.
Okay, last year I made this basic fighting game. I wanted to make a sort of a management fighting game, a fighting game that was about not fighting, but I didn't get to finish the game, so I decided to try and add the management aspect of the fighting game this time. I sort of succeeded, but I sort of didn't succeed, so I'll just show you the game quickly and then maybe I can talk a little bit more. So, let's see. This is an upside-down map of parts of Berlin. Basically, the idea is that there's food in parts of Berlin, and there's a food shortage. So you have to try and get the food and use that as a propaganda mechanism. So I'll just quickly go there. Yeah, okay. So we got the food. You can see all the happy children. And the paparazzi who's photographing you. So basically, you play as the mayor. The idea is that you get the food in times of food shortage, to show to the people what kind of a good mayor you are. So, and you have to try not to beat up people, because if you beat up people, they go to the hospital. I'll try to show that as well. Yeah, and they get picked up by Elephants. And you can see the green bar, that's your money. And everybody you hit, they go to the hospital and they have to be taken care of. That costs money, which is money that goes out of your campaign.
So there's a food shortage, but the hospital is still working really, really well. Right?
Really, if you run out of money, you're going to get into problems. The yellow bar is your popularity, which also decreases when you hit people. But if you get the food, then popularity rises. So it's sort of a balancing act. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, this is our second Unity game. It's called Elephant Simulator.
And we've heard from the Goat Simulator. It's a new game in the Steam store. And
you can explode some TNT boxes or
with Minecraft textures.
Just like real
And we have some secrets in the map. And one is this here. It's stairs
up to the house.
I can go. But on the house there are many more chests or boxes and TNT. And
of course.
Falling down.
No elephant simulator would be.
It isn't so.
Yeah.
It isn't so. But we have another thing, and it is.
Okay, this is a game I didn't do today. I did it at my first game jam here last year in January, but I kind of revisited it because I just liked playing around with it, and it seemed fun in a way to start. It's basically a game where you can tow stuff around. You're like a space tow guy, and you have to collect stuff and attach it together. And if I continue to work on it, would be like it would have levels. So maybe you would have to put stuff together very precisely in a certain order, in a certain form. The stuff could be damaged, so you'd lose money while you do it. It's local multiplayer, so many people can cooperate. There could be scenarios like you have to remove the space station, you have to deassemble it because there's a meteor strike coming in 5 minutes or in 2 minutes, and you have to put it away or put it back again. I added thrusters today, so you can let me try it again. So you can assemble spaceships and try to fly them out at a certain angle, a certain path, and let them leave the sector to get points. It just restarted again. So if you could try to assemble something with the thruster, you can see it. Yeah. So you can the stuff attaches at the red or blue. He started it. And the attachments can also break if you're hitting the stuff too hard. Then everything falls apart. It's pretty messy still because many people control it, it's totally out of control. But it's kind of fun to play around and assemble things and try to build try to build stuff. It's a nice mixture between cooperation and serious grief play. So distraction. Yeah, you can try it later. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, this is a small game with sound.
And the idea is, this is no elephant in a room, but it's monkeys in a jungle. And it's a short test with Blender, with shadows and sounds. The aim is, there is a volcano, it's throwing out rocks, and you can catch them or you can miss them, it doesn't matter. And if you push them in the hole, it makes bing. Yeah. And if you get the next one, then it makes again bing. Yes, it's an endless game. And it's catchable.
You should sell it to Microsoft.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
Does it make bing for the third time too?
Yeah, I think there is a bug, but sometimes the collision sensor detects it either twice or non-times. Yeah, okay. As you can see, there is physics involved.
High energy physics?
Yeah, high energy.
High end.
Yeah,
so you
okay.
drop it in the hole and it does up to 2 bings. Okay. I can deal with that.
Yeah, that's a game. It's done with Blender game engine, and it was quite fun to do it. Okay, thank you.
Well, it's pretty simple. You see two pictures, and you have to find the differences between those two pictures. Yeah. The harder part is you have to find the differences faster than the other people who played the game did. So finding differences is pretty easy, but finding the differences faster than Kelsey did is pretty hard. So
at the window.
Yes. Yes.
Woo. The window up there.
Yeah. So on the left side you see a bar with the like how long it took the other people, and you try to beat them. So
yeah, top right.
Tomato, left.
On the left.
Left in the center.
Oh, the tomato.
Left center.
The tomato.
Yes, the tomato is different. Yes.
Yes. Bottom right. Bottom right.
At the bottom right, there's
The bottom right.
tomato.
Oh, you're right. Bottom right. The red.
Unten rechts.
Unten
rechts.
Yes, that's it.
No, I think you already passed that one.
Ah, okay.
Congratulations, IJke.
The tomato almost in the top.
There's an elephant.
Entschuldigung.
It's the X on the top left.
No.
Top right.
In the middle, on the
A
top.
bit to right.
Ja, creep up.
In der Mitte. Der interessante oben.
One
Ist nach
one.
oben. Ist nach oben.
Up.
Ja.
Yes! There's still one missing. So. Okay, well, that's okay.
The game actually combines all the three themes. How about that? So it's about that you're at work and you have to have a lot of meetings, and you're drinking coffee at the meetings, obviously, and you get more and more angry. And also it was about elephants. So the more angry you get, the more you turn into an elephant. And yeah, so it's coffee, anger, and elephants. Isn't that perfect? And so let's start the game. And you're having conversations, so the other person says, "Hi Elliot, great that you agreed to brainstorm on a new project." And so you have to pick an answer, and if you pick the wrong answer, your anger goes up or down, and the more angry you get, the more difficult, the more coffee is influencing you, and it gets more and more difficult. Oh no, what do you think about the rest of the work? I already did the hard part. You are kidding, right? Yeah, what else is there to say about
You
this?
choose a sentence with your nose. Nice.
Oh, we had such a nice end screen, but I guess I was playing too well. No. So, yeah, I think I said everything about the game.
It's got really high replayability because of all the beautiful dialogue we wrote. But yeah, next time.
So maybe for the last 10 seconds I'll have you just watch the game again. Because it's nice. Maybe this time bigger. Oh, we have 1 second left.
So, as everybody knows, penguins build their nests with stones, little stones, but they are called pebbles. And this game is about penguin problems with pebbles. Well, because you wake up, you're a Bob, a penguin, and you wake up in the morning, and you find out you have less pebbles than you had when you went to sleep. And you have a neighbor, which is, could you please handle this while I talk? Thanks. And you have a neighbor, which is called Greg, and there's not many other people close by. So the thing is, you're gonna try to confront the neighbor without being too direct about it. So the elephant is the fact that he stole your stones, and you want to get them back without getting in a fight. So
those piles are stones, by the way. Those piles are stones.
Yeah, these piles are pebbles, stones. So, hi Greg, hi Bob, how's it going? Then he answers something like, nice, yesterday I got the last pebbles I needed. That's cool, where did you find them? And this is like the more indirect one, so it's not so fun. Behind that mountain, that's not so far. Since you're done, can you help me getting mine? I really would like to help you, but I got this thing I really need to do. Please, it's very important for me. And Bob, I really can't. Please, 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 please. And then stop being so fucking annoying, and it ends up bad. And or the last moment you can have a second answer, and you could see the other scenario. He's gonna go through that. Well, oh, you're here. So we're gonna do the fun scenario we didn't manage to implement. So, hi Greg.
Hey Bob.
This morning I couldn't find some of my pebbles.
Whoa, that's a little weird.
Yeah, weird. Greg, you got a lot of pebbles.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Greg, give me back my pebbles.
Are you accusing me of theft?
Just give me back my pebbles. I don't have all day.
Fuck you.
And there's something like 100 something scenarios, but we implemented just 2. If you want them, I have them on paper.